Hey everyone, welcome back to another update for Paris Marathon training. So this video is all about the peak weeks of training. So this is weeks 12 and 13 of my Paris Marathon training block. I am a little bit behind with editing and filming and just kind of that kind of stuff in general, just because of time, and we've had loads of stuff going on. There's been lots of races for the Running Hub, lots of changes behind the scenes, lots of like really positive things like new systems being put in place, and just been sort of trying to focus a lot of my effort and energy into those. So yeah, unfortunately YouTube had to take a backseat in that time, but I'm back, I'm here. I'm just going to sort of showcase what those few weeks entailed, and also kind of then try and get back in schedule and in line with what's going on. So if you don't already know, if you haven't heard of what peak week or peak weeks are, because it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, but essentially it's kind of like your peak training is a period of time just before you go into your taper. Now for your peak training, it's where you're probably going to do your most miles, you're going to be doing your longest run before your race, and it's just a stage where you've been able to build up to that training. So you've progressively been taking your training up a level, maybe had some down weeks, but it's the last part of your training where you really want to get, as like James and I spoke about it on the podcast last week, it's like squeezing as much out of you as possible to gain fitness ready for your race, because doing too much close to your race is going to have a really negative impact on your actual race day, because when you train, you place stress on your body in a positive way sometimes, or most of the time that was what you hope for, a positive stress, but your body needs to recover and adapt before it gets that fitness. So it's normally sort of 3 or 4 weeks out from your race when you hit your peak. Like I said, it's normally involving the last long run, some really sort of like marathon specific sessions, and just kind of hitting that last bit before what we then call the taper. And you kind of want to be going into peak week like feeling tired, feeling that fatigue, but knowing that you're still strong enough to get through it, knowing that the taper's on the other side. So yeah, that's what peak week or peak weeks are. So peak 12 and 13 are my peak weeks of this block. So I'm gonna sort of show you what's gone on. I've got a lot of clips and footage to help kind of put all together what's been going on. So yeah, been highs and lows, but anyway, let's just take you through what's been going on.
Good morning, it's Monday, it is Cambridge race week, and I've just been out for a run. 30 minutes on the plan, but I did 37. I'm just waiting for Naomi because she's got 5 miles on the plan, so we did just over 4 miles together, and then we're going to go and have a stretcher foam roll and sit in the jacuzzi and catch up about her training plan, because although a friend, she's also a client of the Running Hub. So legs felt all right today, just because I guess I did my long run on Saturday, and I'm quite glad I did it on Saturday now to give me an extra recovery day for Cambridge on Sunday coming. So I don't normally run on a Monday, however I have today because I'm having rest days Thursday and Friday to make sure that I get good rest before the Sunday. So let's go into the gym and stretch.
Hello and good morning from the track. We've got a newbie today. So everyone is doing completely different sessions this morning, totally different. Everyone's just doing their own thing. I think it's at the stage now of training where people have got different races, different targets, different goals, so all a bit different. So I'm on my own, I'm solo today. I'm doing 4 by 1 mile, just under sort of target half marathon pace for the future, and then 6 by 400s, just nice and sharp, but not too many because we've got Cambridge on Sunday. So the boys are just doing a couple of strides just to warm up. Here they come. There's a video as well, Andy, so I got that in full swing. What was that, just a little stride out to get ready?
150 to start.
And you're doing, what are you doing?
4 or 5 times 400.
Nice.
Stay until the next lap, please.
Okay, so rep 1 done in around 6:40. Made a rookie error of not turning off auto lap. So for watches, depending on if you're set up in kilometres or miles, it will auto lap every kilometre or mile. Because I'm doing a mile today on the track, it auto lap just before the line because of the signal and GPS, because you're running in circles, it can make it quite difficult. So it ticked by in 6:38, and then I lapped it again when I got to the line. It was about 2 seconds. So I think I was about bang on 6:40. 2 minutes recovery, and I've only got a few seconds left. So let's get ready for rep 2.
Having fun?
Pardon?
Having fun?
It was difficult today.
Good, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but
You did 20 miles 3 days ago.
I know the times don't feel like they're replicating the amount of effort that I have to put in.
Are you putting good effort in?
Yeah, I am, but it just feels hard. But also Sammy's not here today, so
She dumped you.
she has dumped me, and I feel like,
Lonely.
yeah, you get the benefits of working with someone else, so when you're on your own it's a bit more challenging. But,
How long you got left?
oh, literally like 5 more seconds. So one more rep, I'm done.
Go on then, get moving.
So hello from Wednesday, and on the plan today is 60 minutes easy. I was going to take my phone out with me and do some recording, however it is raining today and it's been the theme of the week. It's just wet and miserable weather. So yeah, not really much to say about today's run. It's just an hour, easy pace, and it's the kind of last sort of run really, main run before Cambridge. I'm going to do a shakeout on Saturday, but that is really it. And yeah, it just doesn't look inviting, but James and I are going out together and just hopefully we just chat away and just hopefully make the time pass quickly. Good morning, it is Sunday the 6th of March, which means it is race day and it's Cambridge Half Marathon today. Really looking forward to this one. We've got about a dozen people from the Running Hub doing this one today, plus lots of other people that we know, so it should be a good day out. It is about 7:15, so just waiting for our friend Andy to come and pick us up, and then we're all travelling together. He's got us like a really good car park, so we're leaving a bit later compared to some other people that have probably already set off. So not sure what the target is for today. I haven't run a half marathon effort in such a long time now, so just gonna go out there, do my best and see what happens. No sort of like, I'm not going to box myself into sort of like a target time. I'm just going to run by effort and see how it feels. If I feel good, try and progress. If not, just try and hold it somewhere and just be happy at the end with what went in. So yep, time to get on the road.
So there is a 5-minute delay. So you're supposed to be starting in 4 minutes. It's been added an extra 5 Try and get a selfie as they cross the line. We've got some photographers here. They'll do that for you. Come on, Jonathan. Yeah. Stephen.
Medal out. Look at that. Nice.
Cambridge Half, let's do a bit of a recap, because if you know me by now and if you've been here a long time, you know that getting footage on race day is not the easiest for me, especially when it's like a target race. Like, I have the utmost respect for those that take GoPros and film their races, but for me, like when I'm really concentrating or I'm really having to work hard, trying to then get my energy, like just to have enough energy to start sort of like trying to get as much footage on the day, sounds like a weak excuse, but it is what it is. Just basically I didn't get a lot from Cambridge, but we did do a podcast episode on it, so if you are interested in listening to that to find out a bit more how our race went and how everyone else in the hub got on, you can definitely check that out. But I'll just do a bit of a kind of like overview. So it's a fantastic event. There was, I think, close to 10,000 people running the half marathon on that day. Hi Lily, are you trying to get in? You are, yes. Oh, I know. So yeah, almost 10,000 people. So it's a fantastic event to do if you want that big like race day atmosphere. I love that. I bounce off of that really well. So that was really good in that sense. It is a little bit on the pricier side compared to other races, but I can see why, because they have to shut the roads. It was very well organised. Their communication was good. I just find that normally if prices are higher, they are sort of like, there's a reason behind it and it is kind of valid. So I would definitely do it again. It is a really flat course, so it is a good one for a PB. Lots of our, I think we worked it out, basically, like, we had a really high percentage of people, running hub members, that were doing it, that were going for PBs. And I was like, although not everyone got a PB, I was like 100% of our runners were happy, because some of them weren't targeting PBs that day because it was part of a training run. There's a couple of bits where it is quite bunched up in places, and I think some people in the sort of later waves said that they got caught up near the start because some of the roads were a bit narrower. How did I do? So I actually had quite a good race. I finished up in 1 hour and 33 and a bit of change, I believe. Oh no, I think about maybe 1:33 and a half, something like 1:33:27, something like that. Overall, I was really happy with like the race, how I felt, how strong I felt. My splits were really consistent, which was good. But I think as well, because I haven't raced a half in such a long time, I didn't know how far I could push myself. I felt like in the last 5k, I like didn't have much left to give. But it would have been interesting. James thinks that I probably could have pushed a bit faster to get closer to 1:30. But I overall was just really happy with how like strong I felt. And yeah, how much effort like sort of went in, especially towards those latter stages. Like by the last half mile, I just wanted it to be over, because I was just like, just running like, and it's just starting to really hurt. That's what it was like. I was like, just get me to that finish line. But we had a really good day out, sort of waited for everyone else to come through and finish. So we saw all of the hub members through, and then a few of us went out for pizza at Franco Manca afterwards. So yeah, a good training week, sort of week 12. Although we had the rest days, Thursday, Friday, it was a sort of like, I know I said at the start, like with peak weeks, now the mileage wasn't as high as others, but obviously the effort was high on the Sunday. But the half marathon race was faster than marathon pace, so it helps translate to marathon day, if that makes sense, because if you're putting in a hard effort, you're running half the distance but faster than your marathon pace, then marathon pace then should then feel easier come race day, if that makes sense. So yeah, we definitely recommend putting in like a half marathon effort 4 to 6 weeks out from your marathon, if that's what you're considering. And even if you're like, I'm not in PB shape, like I wasn't in PB shape back then, but it doesn't matter. It's like, it hopefully should give you a confidence boost leading on to your marathon, and also just kind of shows where you're at in your training. So it's a good sort of like indicator of what marathon might be for race day. So yep, all good. Rounding off week 12, let's get into week 13.
Good morning, it's now Monday, the day after Cambridge, and we've just been out for a 40 minutes.
Glorious sunshine with woolly hats.
Bit of a shakeout. Yeah, like it's 2 degrees this morning, what's going on? But yeah, 40 minutes, what sort of pace was it? 9 something?
It was easy pace.
Easy pace, so nice jogging. We all said, like all of us were like, our hamstrings are quite tight today, so.
Not a lot to say about that, is it?
No.
Hopefully feel a bit better now.
Yeah, hopefully feel better from that.
Stretching to come tonight with the club.
Yep, with the running hub, bit of stretching, and then yeah, James hasn't planned my week out yet for this week, so
What does she deserve, guys?
I'm going to find out what my training plan says later on this afternoon. But all I know is that it's the Milton Keynes Festival 20 miler this weekend, so last long run before the taper then comes into effect. Woohoo! Countdown to Paris is on. We're 4 weeks, and then 3, 2, 1, not long to go. A good morning from the track. Oh, trying to get my breath back. The session today is 6x800, 4x400 and 2x200. I've done 5, sound going past. I've done 5 lots. I've done 5 lots of the 8 already, 1 more. And I'm struggling a little bit with pacing today. Haven't got long left anyway. Struggling with pacing. Target is 3:15 for these, and I've been doing 3:15, 3:16, 3:11, 3:12, 3:13. Like I'm trying to slow it down, and then it's been too much. But yeah, anyway, 1 more to go. So 800s are done. Really happy with that. I need to stop saying really happy. I need to come up with a different phase, but buzzing with that. And then now into 400s, and then Yeah, so main bulk of the session's done, 4x4 now, 2x2, and I get longer recovery for this, so yes. Back with the camera now rather than my phone. So first 400 done in about 1:29, 1:30, so at 1:29 something, it's probably going to round me up, isn't it? So that's the target, 90 seconds, 2 minutes recovery, and the girls are coming through. Come on, Anna, looking fabulous. Last rep, let's do this. Come on, Naomi, looking strong. Keep that smile. Well done, keep working hard. Yeah, I've been a bit mean to them today. They've both got 1 mile repeats, different paces. Naomi's got 5, Anna's got 4. Anna's been trying to get out of this session for about a week now. Well, since last Tuesday probably. But no, they're smashing it. They're doing so much better than they thought, and I knew it. Coach knows best. So it's Thursday, lads are all behind here doing their drills. It's a big week this week. Today on the session plan is 60 minutes at marathon pace, I think. I need to check my plan, but yeah, yesterday was 60 minutes easy, and then yeah, 60 minutes at marathon pace today. Didn't feel great on the warm-up, but I felt the same on Tuesday, not too great, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I can't talk loads. That's the 4th mile ticking by. We're about 31 minutes in. I've done our loop once over, and now I'm going for the second round. Feeling good, but obviously the fatigue from the last couple of weeks is setting in, but I'm feeling strong. And so although I can't talk very well, focusing on the effort and yeah, loving it so far.
See you later. See you, Katie.
Bye. Well done.
Where do we go? Over there, don't we?
I was doing a cool down. So, session done. All of us did an hour. We balance in here, so it's a bit wobbly. Ooh. Try and balance it. There we go. Slightly going to fall. But an hour at, well, James did an hour at marathon pace. I did an hour at 7:45, which I don't know what kind of pace that equates to at the moment, but ended up doing an hour at 7:40. So very happy with that. I'm not gonna say that it felt like uber comfortable. Well, no, I felt comfortable within myself, in terms of like feeling strong and posture and all bits like that. But obviously in terms of being able to sustain that pace for a marathon, not quite sure right now, but I did feel like I probably could have carried on as well at the same time. But it's also, I'm in like peak of training right now, so you know, like when you're in the peak miles, I wanted to feel like this week anyway. So I said to James, I was like, I want to work hard this week. I want to feel like I give it the last bash before we get into the taper. But the only thing that I would say is my calf is tight, so I could feel my left Achilles grumbling a bit at me, and it does feel a bit tight, so I'm gonna have to go home and make sure I ice and stretch that out, because I don't want that to become an issue. So yeah, we're all just changing, catching up about our session, and then we're gonna go and do a cool down. But the weather is gorgeous today. Like, we've been spoiled compared to like freezing on the track on Tuesday. It's like 9-10 degrees now. Loving it. So weather could be potentially a bit rainy at the weekend, but rest day tomorrow, easy Saturday. We're doing a park run tourism, and then Sunday big one. And then yeah, James said yesterday that once I do today's session, that will determine what goes on Sunday's race. So yeah, cool down, let's go and get this done.
The most I've done in a year is 32, and that's in 2019.
I've been up here for a weekend.
Oh yeah, and they got giant as well. I'll be down there all the time, spending waiting.
So where do we go? Just here somewhere.
At the moment, I'm probably once, twice a week.
Yeah, Normanton.
And then
To there.
it'll now be
That's
So, good morning. It's now Sunday. This is a bit later on in the morning, but this will be the intro to Sunday, and then I'll cut back into the start of the clips. So today should have been... Gonna have to do a voice recording because the wind was not in my favour on this day, and I also don't think it was in favour for a lot of the runners too. But on the Thursday, I did say that my sort of calf and Achilles was feeling quite tight. I rested on Friday and everything felt okay. So ran Saturday and I didn't think anything of it. But throughout Saturday's run at Park Run, it started to tighten up, felt a bit uncomfortable. And then it kind of eased off towards the end. But as soon as I finished Saturday's run, I thought, I'm not really sure if Sunday's going to be a good idea. Booked in for a last minute sort of sports massage with one of our friends just to see if that would help. But then on the Sunday morning, I just had to make the decision that it wouldn't be sensible to run. And so it was really, really gutting. But I just thought, let's think long term and hope that it gets better before Paris. Decision made not to run today because the bigger target is Paris. It's a really hard decision to make. Had to text my physio for some advice and he was like, don't run. If I ran today, I'd be in the mindset wise yeah, I've done my last 20 miler, but I might have hurt myself longer term and might still be taking this with me into Paris. Whereas if I rest today, although I haven't got my last long run banked, at least I can try and fix myself for Paris. And I'd rather be upset for the next 24 hours rather than being really upset in Paris not being able to. So there we go, decision made. I'm here to cheer on and I'll figure out my plan later on. But today it's just about cheering on all the running hub and just celebrating with them. I come across quite well, quite positive, but this hasn't been how the last 12 hours has been, I can tell you. There's been a few tears, even if when some of my clients saw me this morning when everyone was meeting up, and yeah, there's been a few tears in front of people. But let's go cheer everyone on. I hope, I need that. That's not what he said.
So it's well signposted as well, so you should have no problems all the way around. There's water stations as well, so please make sure you hydrate properly on the way. Fortunately, it's not overly warm today, so hopefully you won't get too many difficulties with dehydration. But so please avail yourselves of those. As I mentioned before, we have pacers, so please hang on to those guys with whatever pace suits you. It's either on their flags or let's go.
Go running, Herb!
So now here's the finish line. We're just up by the Escape building. So everyone's going to finish there. And they will come through this way here.
Well done, you! Well done!
As you can see, I got some amazing race footage again. I'm going to have to task someone else with getting race footage in the future because we did get lots of really good photos. That was kind of like my aim on the Sunday, was just to take lots of photos. So from the small clip that you saw is we went down to Willen Lake because there's a place where everyone comes through on all of because there's a 5k, 10k, half and 20 miler. So everyone comes through this place at Willen Lake, but if you're doing the half, you come through twice, and if you do the 20 miler, you come through 3 times. So it's a great cheering point to see people on the laps as they go through. And yeah, if you want to sort of find out how some of our hub members got on, or some more pictures and a lot more content, is over on our Instagram, so I'll leave that here. So I have my own Instagram, Run with Coach Katie, and then also we have a Instagram page for the Running Hub community. So we had some really great results. Like obviously with Cambridge it was all like PB, 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 PB. Though there were a few PBs for 20 milers where people had got stronger and quicker over that distance, for a lot of people it was a training run and not necessarily about being super quick, but maybe sort of like taking it steady or practicing some marathon pace in there. But a lot of people had some really good runs that day. I think the wind played a bit of havoc with a lot of people, and also for people that run around Milton Keynes often, running around your same sort of local hometown is always sometimes not as good if you go elsewhere and have a new route. But yeah, lots of happy hub members, and it was just lovely to meet up with a lot of people because some people had travelled. So I think there was, I'll get it wrong, but we mentioned it on the podcast again, but I think there was about 16 or so people doing the 20 miler, and we had 20 to 30 people racing that weekend, not only at the festival but also elsewhere. So it was in the region of 20 to 30, so a massive turnout for the hub on that day. And despite not being able to run, I had an amazing day cheering everyone on and just being there to support them. So a lot of people said that they appreciated sort of the cheers on the way round, and also a lot of our hub members dotted themselves around the course, which was really nice. So because obviously it's such a big course, we had some members that lived locally, so they went out and cheered them on. So thank you to all those hub members too. So not ideal for peak weeks at the end, but please stay tuned because I'll fill you in the following weeks what goes on in the lead up towards Paris Marathon. So yeah, thank you for watching this, and sorry for the delay, but I'll keep you all updated in the next episode.